Start your day with insight and inspiration. Morning Tea with Black Westchester's Damon K. Jones, where life, culture, community, and faith come together.
Peace and blessing, everybody. This is Damon K. Jones here, and I'm the publisher of Black Westchester Magazine. And this is the Publisher's Desk. This is the Morning Tea, where we talk about what's going on in our communities. We talk about what was going on in throughout the nation, but we also talk about how politics affect our everyday life. A lot of people don't want to get involved in politics, and this is why a lot of times we get bamboozled, we get led astray.
Say it, I say it again, you've been had, you've been took, you've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
We get used and abused by politics. And then we end up looking like clowns.
Circus, Afro circus, Afro circus, Afro, polka dot, Afro.
And we don't want to be clowns, so we have to stay informed, whether it's information we like or whether it's information that we don't like. But today is kind of interesting. The Trump administration, along with the House Oversight Committee, announced that they're having a task force for the declassification of federal secrets.
Thank you all for being here. Today is a great day for transparency in America because today I'm proud to announce the creation of the Task Force on the Declassification of Federal Secrets. This task force will be a part of the House Oversight Committee and led by the very talented and persistent Congresswoman from Florida, Paulina Luna.
The House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer introduced the initiative, describing Luna as a sledgehammer against government secrecy. He emphasized that the task force mission is to ensure that the American people have access to long-concealed historical records, critical government information.
For far too long, the American people have had reasonable questions of what their government, which they fund every day, keeps hidden about certain issues. And for far too long, the federal government has not answered these questions. This creates distrust in our institutions. That ends today.
The formation of the task force follows President Trump's recent executive order to begin declassifying documents related to the assassination of John F. Kennedy, Robert F. Kennedy, and Martin Luther King Jr.
Okay. Lastly, sir, we have an executive order ordering the declassification of files relating to the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy, Senator Robert F. Kennedy, and Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
That's a big one, huh? A lot of people are waiting for this for years.
The task force aims to expand this effort, investigating other major issues.
It is with profound honor that I have been entrusted by Speaker Mike Johnson and Chairman James Comer to lead the House Oversight Task Force on Declassification of Federal Secrets. Together with the help of the White House, our intelligence allies, the Department of Defense, the Department of Justice, we will be conducting investigations into the following: the assassinations of JFK, RFK, and Dr. Martin Luther King, unidentified aerial phenomena, also known as UAPs, unidentified submerged objects, also known as USOs, the Epstein client list, the origins of COVID-19, and the 9/11 files. This task force will be a beacon of bipartisanship. On the Republican side, Representatives Burchett, Boebert, Burleson, Crane, Gill, and Mace will be joining me, although I'd like to note that I'm expanding this to the entire governing body and will be allowing certain members to waive on. Our first hearing is set for March. The date will be announced soon, and we've already initiated close to a dozen communications with various agencies, to include Pam Bondi at the Department of Justice and the Secretary of State. This will no longer be a task force that makes bold promises only to fade into irrelevance or send strongly worded letters. This will be a relentless pursuit of truth and transparency, and we will not stop until the American people have the answers they deserve.
Now, People might say, is this just a Republican thing? No, this is bipartisan. This is across the board. Though she warns that if the agencies attempt to obstruct access, the public will be informed. The first hearing is set to begin in March. The task force is scheduled for March, will focus on the JFK assassination. Luna indicated that she personally believes the single bullet theory is flawed.
Able to get people actually in positions of power that will push for transparency. Now, if I find that different entities in the various intelligence agencies are stonewalling us, I'm going to make that known to the American people. But as of right now, we are cautiously optimistic. Our first investigation will be announced, but it's going to be covering on a thorough investigation into the John F. Kennedy assassination. And I can tell you, based on what I've been seeing so far, the initial hearing that was actually held here in Congress was actually faulty in the single bullet theory. I believe that there were two shooters, and we should be finding more information as we are able to gain access into the SCIF, hopefully before the files are actually released to the public.
With this bipartisan participation, do y'all think that this actually going to work? Do you think that they are actually going to unleash unidentified aerial phenomenons? And that's UFOs, if y'all don't understand. They call it UAPs, but on the street we say UFOs. What about unidentified submerged objects? The Epstein client list? Do you think that they're going to release the Epstein client list? Origins of COVID, the 9/11 files? Is this a political joke, or are they really about it to let people know what really happened? Please leave your comment. Let us know what you think. And we're going to keep reporting, and we're going to keep talking about these issues and bringing it to the people. And people say, well, what about Malcolm X? What about the Malcolm X assassination? Well, this is my advice. People should call this the Oversight Committee and ask them, what about Malcolm X? Instead of complaining. Take advantage of what's going on. People, if you want to know about the assassination of Malcolm X, then people that are watching should call the Oversight Committee and ask him, well, what about the Malcolm X files? Instead of complaining. Take advantage of what this White House is doing, whether you like Trump or not. So if he lets out the Malcolm X files, is he a racist? Y'all gonna still call him a racist? Or y'all gonna take advantage of what his government is putting together and try to see where you could get advantages from? Or are we just gonna march and complain? I don't have time to march no more. So if those of you that are worried about the Malcolm X files, my advice to you is to call the Oversight Committee. How about that? Call the Oversight Committee and say you want the Malcolm X files released. So thank you again, man. Please leave a comment. Help us with the algorithm. Please like and share. Let people know blackwestchester.com is the news with the black point of view. Go to blackwestchester.com and read our articles. You know, we talk about supporting black businesses. This is the way. This is a black YouTube channel. We have a black website. We have a black newspaper. So let's support black people. Let's support black people, man. Let's support black people. So thank you, and I love you, man, and have a black-tastic day. And remember, God is in your vegetables. Peace out.
Start your day with insight and inspiration. Morning Tea with Black Westchester's Damon K. Jones, where life, culture, community, and faith come together. Please subscribe, follow, and share Black Westchester. It's the news with the Black point of view.